Good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. Aries here, also known as Rita. I want to do a quick solo video. Aaron did one recently. I wanted to say to some of the people out there in the audience who subscribe to us, sorry that some of the videos are long, but we like to make long videos to explain our feelings. Now, I'm going to make this as short as possible and not go in circles. Now, first of all, I want to say that I was appalled recently by learning about two things, and I'll get to both. First is how women nowadays are getting breast implants to enhance their careers. I'm sorry, but doctors ask you, are you unhappy or not confident enough in your body? And most women that say yes, they get the implants or other work done. Now, sometimes you need cosmetic surgery if you have, say, cancer and you lose your breasts or whatever, but that's, that. Now, it very upsets me. Now, the second thing is a person who gets breast implants and say they need to use their body to make money is wrong. Through and through. Now, the second set is I wanted to say that I'm very disgusted with the fact that women in this world, I've met a couple young women that are very nice, very loyal, very beautiful, very down to earth. They don't care what a person has. They don't care what your looks are. It's the personality. I met male to female transsexuals that say unless you have a 6 or 8 pack, have 250,000 plus a year job, and can take care of them while they become a housefrau, no offense to any of you out there, they don't want to know you. I've talked to people that think unless you're a damn walking bank, they don't want to know you. I've looked at girls in my own town that say unless you can support, provide, or give us 2/3 of the income, they don't want to know you. It's all about money in this day and age. I keep thinking about the book of the Bible, where the Bible basically states, I've not got my main Bible out here, where in the book in the New Testament, Timothy 2:3:1 through 3:7 says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truth breaker, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure, pleasure more than lovers of God, having formed a godliness, but denying the power thereof. For such turn away. For of this sort they which will creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with divers lusts, ever knowing and not able to come to the knowledge of the truth." Amen. What's that say? If you look at today's day and age when it comes to women, they got to get breast implants so they can make a living. The hookers and the prostitutes, they get breast implants so they can enhance themselves, so they can turn the guy on, so they can get more money. The world's gone to hell in a pot, basically. So a lot of people, the poor, they don't have a pot to piss in. Then you got the real poor. They don't have anything, not even a cup to piss in. Point is you got all these people, sorry to say it, but between the women's movement and the women saying that women need to be paid equally, which I agree, they do a job that some people don't want to do, or etc. But the other problem is they should, in some ways, and I know several girls out there that are very lovely. The ones I'm talking about are down to earth. Those are the type of people, and this is part of my video, is you need to support them. They want to be a professional cosplayer, fine. They want to be a mother of your child, or a mother of their own child and your child, or they want to be a parent and they want their kids to cosplay beside them. So be it. That's a great idea. Support, mostly it's a positive enforcement. You don't just sit there and say, "Oh, well, you're poor, you don't have money, we don't want to know you." Then you get to be 30, 40 years old and you're still a virgin because you don't have enough money, or you make plenty of money, but you're the nerd, or the retard or the geek. In my day and age of experiences, I've met many women in my life. Every one of them, except for a few that aren't scammers, have a good heart. The rest of them, you don't have the greens, they don't want to know you. It's the way it is in this world, and every time I turn around, I think of that passage right there, Timothy 2.
Well, think of my dating service.
Here, you sit for a second. Something I need to do.
I was gonna tell her, think of my dating service experience. I tried one of those dating services like Zeus, which I'm really upset about, and I don't agree with Zeus at all. I think most of the women are fake. But there was a woman who was very clearly probably about, so I would say, just looking at her picture, probably close to 400 pounds. She was semi-disfigured. She had a scar on her face. I don't know a single guy who would probably call her attractive. I found some form of attractiveness, and I said hi to her just to try to get a conversation going. Her response instead of hi back was, I don't want to know you, you're a fat scumbag. I want a guy who's got a six-pack and has a nice job. You're disabled, I don't want to know you. And it's like, geez, you know, maybe I'm just trying to be friends. That was just a rude answer back. And here's a woman who probably is so desperate for someone, but at the same time, she wants to live up to certain standards and whatever, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting that people will literally live without love because they can't get what they want. I mean, when does the point in somebody's life come when they just get so desperate they'll say, whoever comes along? And unfortunately, the guys that so many people go for are just the mean, cruel, bad guys that are womanizers, are cheaters, you know, are violent abusers. And somebody like me who's like the kindest, nicest person in the world who'd never think about that. I'm too childish. I'm too fat. I'm not handsome enough. I don't have enough money. I can't drive a car. Ooh, I got a seizure disorder too. You know, this is all a wonderful thing. It really makes me feel great. You know, you women talk about how movies today in Hollywood, they make you feel like you have to fit a certain mold. Yeah, guys want that certain mold, but you know, you girls do it to the guys too. And I'm never going to fit that mold. And I'll probably forever be single. Not something I really want to be, but for lack of any good reason, I probably will be. I mean, it's not a good reason when you say, oh, you can't drive a car because you have a seizure disorder, you're overweight. You know, I've actually lost a lot of weight.
He's made me proud. A lot of people in town, and I'm going to say this out of the lovingness of my heart, people think of us as a couple and think, you know, we're husband and wife.
Because we're always together.
However, I'm proud of him because he's lost over 60 pounds, and he's given up soda, and the soda was the culprit. I used to tell him, you're going to, like that old joke with the kids in the hall, you pop the vein open, you pull it out, it's going to be purely soda, just like the tea incident. But now he's telling me they've dumped my vein, it'll be pure coffee.
So, I guess what I'm trying to say is that sometimes people need to think of others and not necessarily what they necessarily want. That's why I've said love isn't just because it's love. Love is when you're willing to give up all your, you know, your desires, or not necessarily your desires, but your prerequisites to what you want in a lover for somebody because you like them that much.
Let me tell you,
you don't care if they're childish because you want to be with them.
Yes,
they make you laugh, they make you smile, they make you happy. You don't care if they have money because the money's not
exactly important. I wanted to say that to something to the effect, but he, you know, here, yes, I get it. Okay, hold on a second. It's got to cool. I don't want to burn myself. Remember, it's piping hot. So here's the thing before I log off is, with me, my stepfather ingrained, and I'm going to say this to you, the viewers out there. I know Heather and Angela's going to watch this, or at least Heather is. Angela's computer is down at the moment. But my stepfather ingrained that the personality is the most important thing in a relationship. The body is secondary. I met a Filipino that told me their body is going to age. You're going to age eventually like an old shoe. Therefore, the body will cripple. You'd have to have constructive plastic surgery to look younger, to be more attractive when you get up there in age. You age like a shoe, that's it. Some say it's smoking, some say it's drugs, others say it's drinking, others say it's stress. The bottom line is it's the personality. Money shouldn't have any effect. Look at 100 years ago. People were hardworking ranch hands. They'd end up sometimes finding someone. 200 years ago, 300 years ago in Britain, you could be a poor person and try to start a relationship with someone, and it worked. Nowadays, you meet someone online that's, say, semi-popular, and you say, hey, I'd like to know you better. They basically never get back to you. That's it. You go and talk to others, it's like, oh, wow, you're going to be the man in the family. I'm going to be a woman. You know, I've talked to a lot of transsexuals like that. No, it ain't going to happen. No way. You know, I want acceptance, and, and I'm not going to be used. I've met a couple girls that are very nice and very acceptant. But the bottom line is looks aren't everything. My brother, here's my stepbrother's attitude towards women. He wanted a blonde or a redhead, 36 to 38, C to triple D's. He wanted them to look like a Playboy Playmate, and he wanted to have sex with them like a bunny. Yeah, good for you. My stepfather and I used to talk, and I used to talk about this girl here. She's attractive. She's 40, or this one here. And stepdad would be like, that one's married. That one was on Little House on the Prairie. That one was. He'd tell me, and at the time I didn't know that, he watched these Insider Edition shows and stuff that talked about the celebrities and their lifestyle. So technically the old man knew what he was doing. And the bottom line is looks aren't everything on that aspect. Same goes with plastic surgery. You shouldn't be having plastic surgery to enhance your job. If you're a hooker, prostitute, escort, or as some cosplayers I know, they're getting plastic surgery just so they can get better jobs. But guess what? What are they going to do in 20 years from now when they're old wrinkled prune? They can have more plastic surgery, go out in the field at 60 and be like, look at me. Or 40 years from now at 60. I mean, come on. You got to think of your future. Sometimes things happen. You fall in love, you get married, you settle down. The other thing is if you find someone you like, ask them questions. If you really want to get to know them better, ask them certain things, maybe, and be supportive of what they want. Even if you two are compatible, you can always be friends. And that's the main thing, friends. Friendship is the most important thing in life. I don't have many because I'm weird.
You need to be friends with your partner too,
Yeah.
Like Gandhi was talking about during her wedding ceremony. It's one of the things about love,
Can you better come in here and explain it, because frankly, they're not going to hear you from that distance. But anyways.
What I was trying to say is there's a scene in the movie Gandhi where the two reporters are talking to them about their love life and their marriage, and they were married at 13, Gandhi and his wife. And one of the things from their ceremony, which they reenacted for him, was about how it's like, take this step, take that step. Well, during this one step, it said, to be my friend. And she basically says, I want to be your best friend and you to be my best friend. Well, you need to be best friends with your partner. It's never going to work. So it's not just a love issue, but a friendship issue too.
Exactly. So all I want to say is, if you're going to start a relationship with someone, just realize some of them out there that you could see walking down the street might not have anyone. They might be poor. They might be disabled, but they have a heart. And that's what's really their good quality. And if you don't want to say, oh, well, they don't have a 6 or 8 pack, they're disabled, or, etc., then fine, so be it. Because as a friend of mine said tonight, they'll be judged. We won't be. They'll be judged. We'll be judged for our deeds. They'll be judged for theirs. So that's all I want to say to you all. So this video has been long, and just remember, love is the key to everything, but you can't have love if you don't try. And if you don't try, a lot of people in this world is not going to have families, not going to love. They might be cold-hearted. They might be a hermit. And they might be bitter because of it, like I said, because all these women want it. And by the way, just think, if true love happened like it did 100, 200, 300 years ago plus, a lot of countries nowadays are doing divorce rates. Why? because they got married at a young age. Divorce, something you don't want. But it happens. So, just remember, love it makes everything go around. Yet, if a person doesn't get love, and they're 60 or 70 years old, and there's young people, and they, you gotta give everyone a chance. But that said, just remember what I said. I get irritated when I see all these women making high demands, or guys even, as Aaron said, where the guys have their own aspects of what they want in a woman. Big breast, blonde. And tall, and some want medium breasts and tall, or small breasts and tall, or a short girl with huge breasts. I mean, come on. If you find someone you like, they have a good personality, and they're not taken, pursue them. Maybe you'll be able to get them. You don't need to be wealthy or rich. By the way, in this country, there's about 6,000 rich families. The rest are middle class. Just think of that. With that said, please add and subscribe if you like. Please post comments in the box if you like. And please add me as a friend if you like. And Aaron as well, since we're using this as a joint account. Thank you and have a nice day.